didn't even think of that.
Yeah, so keep it a little closer to the chest on that one. So how many separate different tours do you have, like, going now?
So on the
just Friday, Saturdays.
Yeah, so on the regular calendar that's going right now, we have a Rhino tour on Fridays in Denver. Saturday has a Fort Collins, a Boulder, and a Denver Low-High tour. Sundays has a Boulder Booze, Brews, and Bites tour. Then I throw things onto the calendar on weekdays when I know that there's a staff member available, either myself or one of my other guides, to guide tours, and I might mix it up with a Rhino or a Low-High or something like that. And on Thursdays we have the Taco and Tequila tour, and we offer private tours any day of the week. So there's lots of days that are corporate events or bachelorette parties, birthday parties. Like tomorrow I got a group of 5 college roommates who are all doing a reunion, joining me in Rhino.
Oh, that's cool. Well, question, just like in general, just to kind of give our listeners an idea, what does an average like tour cost? Like how much?
The average food tour is $85, and that's an all-inclusive price. It includes chef's choice food paired with bartender's choice beverages, and anyone who doesn't drink gets a non-alcoholic
option. And about
option.
like how many locations do you?
5 to 6 over the course of around 3 hours.
I mean, not only you galloping, but that's almost like power hour of cocktails. For me, that really tickles my fancy because, I mean, not only, let's say you do a Saturday tour, you got a righteous buzz going through 5 or 6, cocktails and a snack.
Yeah.
It may keep you a little level, even keel, depending on what you're sipping, but that's a steal for $85.
And the price, like you go to 5 locations, if you get 5 cocktails at locations.
Well, you wouldn't get 5 cocktails, so don't set your listeners up for a disappointment because dessert wouldn't necessarily have a cocktail. So let's limit that to maybe closer to the 4 drinks.
Regardless,
and
cocktails are generally like cocktails
Still
generally run like $10 a pop.
Oh, they could be
least.
$14, $15,
so,
$18.
$60. And I'm just looking at 3 drinks.
Yeah, so right there, that's a good bang for your buck.
It's also an experience where you go out with someone who knows where they're going, what they're doing, and you meet someone important in the restaurant.
So that is pretty neat.
Right, so you get to, if we go into Corrida, for example, in Boulder, you're most likely going to meet the general manager, Andreas, who guides you through making a gin and tonic from his cart. It's an interesting experience to have in a small group setting.
Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you, seeing as Chris knows the Boulder scene better than the back of his hand and me, Denver, what does it take to qualify as a guide? Like, how'd you pick your team? Because, we picked our team very methodically.
Yeah.
Producer Zane was hand-selected out of a huge stack.
We had a huge internship, just application, just swarmed.
Either way, how did you pick your guides?
So it's hard to find good help.
You heard that.
I know this so well. I have basically at first it was really based around my schedule, and then it was an email inquiry, and there were some really solid women who came to me, one named Heather, one named Natalie, one named Megan.
Shout out Heather, Natalie, and Megan.
And
Holler.
they basically said, this sounds so great, or I'm interested in a part-time job. Whatever their story was, I liked them right away, and I was like, come join the team, and I trust you with this, right? That we're not going to get a bad review. We're not going to get complaints.
You are going to make us look
Yes,
good.
you're the face of this, right? You're not going to be late. You're not going to, now
Wasted.
Whoa. Let's not cast stones on us. We're pitching ourselves here.
They've moved on. And then I went through kind of another cycle of guides, and you met Tiffany. That one time she recently moved. I had a woman named Lisa here who's leaving to move to become an expat. So there's a cycle that kind of goes every few years. So I'm currently hiring, but I've got.
Are we allowed to drink on the job?
Yes.
Can we do it as a team? And
I
can we wear
actually
tuxedos like the Step
have
Brothers?
2 kitchen alums as guides up in Boulder. Laura Safiati. Did you cross paths with her at all?
I crossed paths with a lot of people.
So
she
was there for a while, and Claudia Laprice, who is there a little bit later, so you probably didn't. But there are 2 kitchen alums that run most of.
I don't know. That name sounds really familiar. But we spent a lot of time at the Scum Downer.
Sure.
Kitchen days, so a lot of that stuff is just clogged.
Yeah, that's what happens that late at night. Yeah,
exactly.
Shouldn't have a bar open till 2 a.m.
No, not in the basement.
No,
called the Scum Downer. Yeah, well, that's awesome. So you just have staff everywhere across the state?
Well, so we're really only Denver, Boulder, Fort Collins. But yeah, so in Denver there's now a couple of us. In Boulder there's 4 of us. And in Fort Collins I'm actively hiring.
And so
what's up? Holler at your boy.
Are you based like out of Denver now, or are you still in Boulder?
I live in Denver. I moved to Denver in July.
Hell yeah. Got out of the Boulder bubble.
So 15 years, but I go back a lot because I still run business there, so I'm still there.
It's so better going back than living there.
It's nice to not be there in the sense of Denver has now become a bona fide city. This place is great, and it's really nice to walk around, and sometimes it's just the simple pleasure of not thinking you're going to run into anyone you know.
Yeah.
In Boulder, I lived downtown at 17th and Walnut for the last 8 years. Convenient to go guide a food tour.
Yeah.
But everyone would be like, oh, there's Megan. Oh, there's Megan. Oh, there's Megan.
No. You'll come to find out. You moved here in July.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, you'll be surprised at how small this town gets. I bumped into like 6 people I knew the other night at random locations going to a concert. And I was like, I literally am not that cool.
Yeah.
And I don't,
it's not.
But you said you were going to Wilco, right? So everyone and their mother is going to the Mission Ballroom right now.
But I met people at different locations who were not going there.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Out, and I was just like, oh my God, like this is the smallest city in the world. Got one of those ugly mugs that people remember, and so they latch on.
Yeah. So
or they're like Bama.
Call it the moneymaker, seeing as we are now getting paid to promote our television show.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's your moneymaker. It's just ugly.
Ugly.
Yeah. It's just 2 ugly guys on a TV show.
If it makes money, I'll be ugly as shit.
Dude, if we can quit our day jobs and become ugly TV people, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
You know who you are. Give us more money and we'll quit. Let's go. Oh, but you did mention, so you're here in Denver now. What's your neighborhood?
West Colfax.
Fuck you. Oh, we're East Colfax.
Yeah, but still,
West
you're on the
Colfax,
same
Sheridan?
stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sheridan? Like that deep?
Oh, no, Knox.
Okay.
So it's right near
Lowell?
near Paco Sanchez Park, where they're putting in like a $200 million renovation. There's going to be a whole food truck pop.
Brewery?
Yep, that's walking distance.
And then the library down there.
It's very nice. The Gonzalez, library is really nice.
Good internet service.
Yeah.
Hold on, is that brewery? Is that our boy?
That's our boy. We did that interview.
Damn, I can't remember his name.
Hey, it's open. Come on in. Pull the door a little tougher. There you go.
Oh, it's Seed Stock.
Seed Stock, yeah.
Shout out to Seed Stock and
now the brand new Edgewater Public Market just opened, which is about a mile from where I live, and that's a really wonderful space if you haven't been there yet.
Have you been in the? Oh, are you talking about the Edgewater Pub?
Mm-hmm.
I can't. We're going tomorrow. We're doing our thing there tomorrow.
Fun.
Where are we really excited. The Edgewater Public Market. So it's 18. It's 18 little spaces. It's very similar to our place here in the Free Market, where they have shops, but they have more restaurants. They have like 18 or 19 restaurants. But it's going to be really cool, and it adds to the communal eating and incubator aspect of Denver, which we've seen a lot of. But they're bringing a lot of folks that have done like smaller entities that couldn't get as much out there. So it's
good.
Really cool.
It's really good.
We're in a gnarly spot. That neighborhood's popping up.
I know, but there were gunshots like the first night that I slept there. You know, I was like, wow, I didn't research my neighborhood.
Yeah, you'll see defecation on the streets.
Oh, yeah.
So that raised a question with like the food halls and stuff. So have you ever just done like say like a tour of a food hall?
Not of a yes,
maybe
actually years ago we did the Source. And the original Source. And then now it's gone through so many changes that we put all those tours on hold because there was no reason to bring people to a place that something was closed and something was coming soon. And
I love
hit the Source now.
Well, yeah, but now it's like the 2.0 or the 3.0. No, that's the Stanley Marketplace. Yeah.
Well, see, the Source is over there with Acorn.
Right.
They have had an up and down.
See, and I love the Source, but there's just a few things that need to change about the Source, and I don't understand how they haven't figured it out.
Have been on to something when they're like, we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah, like Rhino Yacht Club was phenomenal.
Such a high
businesses.
Yeah.
And they have different businesses in there that are open and closed during weird hours, and it's so big. And then, like, I feel like there's enough space they could build, like, second level. I don't know.
But for
anyway,
a first-time place, that was awesome, especially considering what the neighborhood was when it opened.
Yeah,
I mean,
helped spur a lot of everything over there.
But the food hall, the Rosetta Hall in Boulder is amazing.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. So you have to go.
How many restaurants are we talking?
They have 8 eateries plus boxcar coffee roasters. However, Vaj isn't doing his cowboy coffee in the beakers like he does at his original location. It's just, on a traditional machine. But Folsom Foods is Justin Brunson's concept where he's doing all the best of his Denver stuff.
He just knows something else up in Loretta.
In Levers Locavore.
Yeah, sorry, I knew it was an L.
So, words, yeah. But there's this African restaurant called Jaconda that is selling out every day of their food. Everyone's flocking to them. There's
in Boulder?
In the Rosetta Food Hall. They have an ancient grains food stand that is people are saying, oh my god, because of course in Boulder you got to be able to like, go in where you're like, I want my fried chicken, but my friend needs to have this ancient grain. Yeah, totally. So there's something for everyone. You can actually order from a server from different places and the bar and have it brought to you. It's like you get spoiled when we were at the Edgewater Public Market. I was like, oh, we have to go stand in line and wait for a drink at the bar.
Sounds very inconvenient for me.
Oh, right. But so it's a beautiful space.
Yeah, it's funny. I was up there, but I saw the Rosetta in Boulder like before. I saw it like during. I guess I probably went up there like it was back in maybe end of August. I went up there and they were still like putting it together, but it looks like the food kind of hall and markets are getting more like condensed, and they're figuring out the stride. Like it's kind of almost like a food court in a mall,
right? But it's not Cinnabon and it's not La Bonbonniere, right?
It's like at the same time, I'm all for like these kind of open markets with like having like
let's not tread too light. Let's tread lightly on disparaging of our
no, I love the idea of intermixing shops and stuff in there, but I feel like there's a lot of markets out there now that have like all this just free space, and it's just kind of like fill it, let's make it all happen, let's all get on the same page. But for
the Boulder dining scene, I mean, this place is popping off. If you go in there in the evening,
and it's a great location because that stupid bar used to be there that would always get shut down. I think I stepped on somebody's shoe one night and they tried to fight me.
I'm sure.
It was one of those places.
I can't tell if you're talking about a place in Boulder or like Larimer Street, just 2 blocks away.
The place in Boulder.
Yeah.
All right, so to get back to your conversation I asked what your neighborhood it was. You said it was West Colfax. But that made me want to ask you some of our favorite questions, and I guess we're going to have this. This is sponsored by Live Nation, and we call it Hot Spots of Denver. If you're looking for the hot spots of music, go to check livenation.com. They just added Ophelia's to the family, but they got Summit, Marquee. We have the Pepsi Center. We got some shows at Red Rocks, and then of course we got the beloved fucking Fillmore Auditorium. So while we did speak highly of the Mission, everyone knows where the good shit goes down. So go check livenation.com. Let's get back to the best of Denver. Chris, I'll let you take the reins again.
Okay, so since you've been here since July, you've had to, and obviously it's your job to find spots and do that stuff. What's your favorite happy hour spot here in Denver?
You can't say any clients.
I can't say what?
You can't say clients that are on the tour.
Oh.
You got to take off the work vest.
Okay.
And then wear just personal, like your personal.
Yeah,
favorite.
put on City Girl.
Yeah.
If you're going out for these things, that's just clarify.
If you're calling your friends not work-oriented, where are you going to meet for happy hour?
Yeah, that's such a terrible question for me because what happens is I stopped going out.
Well, just lie to us.
Okay.
Even if it's a client, we won't even know. You work at tons of restaurants.
I know.
So we'll let you wear some of them, but
if you've only been to one happy hour since you've been here,
she's been in Boulder since 2007, or since like forever, so she knows Denver.
All right, let's go greater Denver area, so you can include a place from Boulder.
No, I will say this. I will say one thing that I recently went out and enjoyed was Citizen Rail, they do a combo for their happy hour. So you can do a rosé with a shot of mezcal. You can do a beer with a shot of